Todd, we saw both backup quarterbacks put up some good numbers and backup running backs as well. Just talk about what you liked about the first scrimmage.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing, when you find out where your depth's at, and to see some of those guys maybe redshirted or hadn't gotten a lot of reps in the past to kind of formulate your too deep, because you're going to need those guys during the course of the season sometimes. So that was a great evaluation, and it was great to see some of our ones to see where we may progress, where we got to still grow, in terms of the scheme of the offense and that kind of thing. So I think we got some answers. I think we still have a couple more that we got to figure out here the next 4 or 5 days going into the second scrimmage, and so hopefully we'll sort those out after Saturday and have a real good clue of where we're going, for the 2-week preparation for game 1.
Is there someone you can point to as someone that worked their way into the 2 deep yesterday?
Well, I think there's a lot of guys that jumped up. The battle at receiver continues, with Andre and Sterling and Terrence Mitchell, and those guys are all battling very well. Derek Hopkins has had a great camp, and we gave him some chances, and it looked like he's continuing to play that way in live action, so that was good to see. Obviously, the battle at backup quarterback is one that, we got some video of live action with those 2 guys, so we're sorting that out. So, it gives us a good battle going on there. And then the backfield, we're trying to sort that out. And I thought Marcus Shaw obviously showed up. He's always had talent, played well last year, actually, and if you play well on special teams like you did a year ago, a kid's getting close to being a good football player, and so that carried on. So some of those skill spots are starting to shake down, along with the tight ends. Sean Price, he's going to play his way into a role someplace, and so now we got to find those roles and get them all fitting together.
Todd, is there, of the backup quarterbacks, is there one that helped himself more yesterday with their play?
I think they're very similar in a lot of ways to the way it ended up in spring. I thought maybe Matt was a little bit more consistent, had probably a more consistent day. Bobby started a little slow, but then at the end, Bobby threw some really nice balls. But I thought Matt, probably carried on from spring, where he showed some flashes of the possibility of being the backup, and continued to show that that's a strong possibility.
It's a good problem to have, having them go back and forth, one is ahead of the other, kind of like the spring.
Well, I think that's a good problem to have, because if you ever do have an injury with your starter, you're going into a season or a stretch of games with really an unproven guy, and you may have to play to it at that point to win the games you need to win. So that's how I look at it, is that if both of them are able to do certain things in conjunction with each other, you may have to do that if one's not a complete starter at this stage in their career. So both of them can play. Now, will they be the sole backup, or will it be a dual backup? That would probably depend on time of the season, how long your starter's out, things like that. So that will be something we get to. Hopefully we don't have to cross that bridge, but if we do, then we'll have an answer for it.
Todd McFarland, okay? I didn't see him with any catches, but I don't know if he had that many passes thrown his way.
Didn't have a bunch thrown his way, but actually played the best he's played all camp, to be honest with you, in the blocking and just his assignments and playing aggressively. Coach Voss made the comment, it's the best he's practiced, whatever that day was, practice 12, whatever it was. Really played more consistently. Now, like I said, it didn't show up in the catch category, but that was good to see him be a little bit more physical and a little bit more confident in what we asked him to do.